The property of clustering most of the observations around certain number is called central tendency. And the value at which they cluster is a measure of central tendency. So there are three types of measures. One, arithmetic mean. Median, mode. Now in arithmetic mean, if you have raw data, then it is very simple. Arithmetic mean x bar is equal to x1 plus x2 average. Now if some frequency of every entry x1 is given, so if frequency distribution is there, then it is again very simple, that x bar average is going to be f1 times x1 plus f2 times x2 plus fn times xn divided by f1 plus f2 f, which is sigma fi xi upon sigma fi. काय नाही समजलं तर विचारा मला, पण सोपं आहे, म्हणजे काय त्यात काय अवघड काय नाही. ओके. नंतर एक गोष्ट असते ती म्हणजे की शिफ्ट ऑफ ओरिजिन. and change of scale. जर व्हॅल्यूज खूप लार्ज असतील, if the values are too large, then calculations for finding y for finding am can be simplified. कसं करायचं ते दाखवतो. So am, if we were to find out, example, if we were to find out am of 80, 84, 82, 88, 92, then x bar will be 426 upon 5, which is 85.2. Okay. तर आता त्यांनी काय केलेलं आहे इथे, y bar is equal to x bar minus a upon h. h काय थांबा जरा, तर suppose a is equal to 80 in our case and h is equal to 2, then y is equal to, first case 80 minus 80 upon 2 is 0, second case 80 minus 84 minus 80 is 4 upon 2 is 2, 82 minus 80 is 2 upon 2 is 1, 88 minus 80 is 8 upon 2 is 4, and 92 minus 80 upon 2 is 6. Okay, and therefore y bar is equal to 13 upon 5 into 2 plus 80. नहीं, हे काय झालं? 13, एक मिनिट, is how much is this? 26 भागिले 5.
सर h5 घेतला डायरेक्ट सर,
काय
h5 घेतला डायरेक्ट सर,
चालेल
2
ना?
घेतला आणि मल्टिप्लाय करून डिवाइड केला ना आपण.
चालेल 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 चालेल, हा नंबर तुम्ही चूज करू शकता for this h is equal to 2. So am I getting 85.2 here? Is this 85.2?
Yes sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So this is x bar.
सर मेथड नाही खाली.
सांगतो ना, थांबा. x bar is equal to y bar into h plus a. तर आता हा y bar कोण? तर it is a new average of these y's. and compared to these 5 numbers, these are smaller numbers, easy numbers to handle. Okay, so instead of adding all of them and dividing it by 5 and getting 85.2, because they are only 5 numbers right now, this is also very simple. But if these numbers are say 1000 or more than that, then by looking at these, you can find out what should be the value of A you should take and what should be the value of H you should take. Okay, so if you take A and H, whatever you feel like, I mean, it is shift of origin, so you are reducing the burden of calculation. So if A is equal to 80, you need to deal with only 0, 2, 1, 4 and 6. For A is equal to 80 and H is equal to 2. You find out average of these. It is 13 upon 5. Your H was 2, therefore 13 upon 5 into 2 is the difference, average of the difference that you have found out, and if you add it to A, you get the X bar.
तर एच आपण ए आणि एच आर्बिट्ररी चूज करू शकतो का?
हा,
एच आणि ए आपण हवे ते नंबर चूज करू शकतो का?
हो, आता करूया आपण. चला, तुम्हाला आवडेल तो नंबर सांगा. बघूया त्याचे उत्तर. सांग श्रेयस, व्हॉट इज युअर डेट ऑफ बर्थ?
4703
47
2003.
Okay, so let us take 74. Okay, 74, A is equal to 74 and H is equal to 1, so that divisibility is a issue. So y1 is equal to 6, y2 is equal to 10. अजून जवळ गेलो असतो तर ह्याकडे अजून छोटे झाले असते, पण ठीक आहे. y3 is equal to 8, 40 आणि 80. Okay, so 6 plus 10 16 plus 8 24 plus 14 or 28 38 plus 8 46 56 upon 5 into 1 plus 74. किती होते? होते का 85.2? Oh. So these are very easy. ते तुम्हाला मी मॅट्रिसेस मध्ये जसं शिफ्ट ऑफ ओरिजिन will reduce your calculations सांगितलं होतं ना, exactly similar thing is happening here. Matrices मध्ये why do we origin? Because we don't want to calculate this pixel value every time with reference to your previous original starting reference. You can take the new reference and find out the pixel value very quickly. Exactly same here. If you could guess average, अरे हे काय झालं? हा, आता यांच्याकडे बघून समजा तुम्ही ऍव्हरेज म्हटलं असतं की चला 84, अंदाजे 84 दिसतंय ऍव्हरेज. सो लेट अस सपोज इफ यू डू 84, so A is equal to 84 and H is equal to 2. All of them are even numbers. So minus 4 by 2 is minus 2, 0, minus 1, then 2 आणि 84 8 ना 4 बरोबर आहे. These are the y values. This gets cancelled. So it is actually 3. Total is 3 divided by 2, which is equal to 1.5. नाही काय झालं?
3 by 5.
3 divided
3 divided by
3 divided by 5 into
5.
5
Multiplied by
into 2. Is it 85 point म्हणजे किती होणार ते? 1.2. Yes. So you are doing very small calculations, adding this value to your base value to get x bar very quickly. Idea चांगली आहे, वाईट नाही. I appreciate.
सर ते y dash is equal to x dash minus a by h x dash नको पाहिजे तो x पाहिजे ना.
हा x बरोबर.
ओके जस्ट कन्फर्म करत होतो.
यू कॅन हॅव एनी एक्स व्हॅल्यू. त्याला एक्स स्टार म्हणूया आपण. एनी व्हॅल्यू यू नाही एक्स स्टार नाही, ऑल एक्स व्हॅल्यूज आहेत ना त्या. करेक्ट. ओके, understood. So okay, I mean I don't know whether this is required or not, but you need to do this. There is something called combined mean also. बघा, मायक्रोसॉफ्ट बोर्ड हॅज इम्प्रूव्ड. काहीही चेंजेस न करता मला स्लाइड करता येते. नाही तर 50 वेळा तिथे मध्ये खाली जायला लागायचं. कंबाइंड मीन. If set of n1 observations has mean x1 bar and n2 observations has mean x2 bar, then I mean it is same as that frequency, but it is called combined mean. Then their combined mean n1 x1 bar plus n2 x2 bar upon n1 plus n2. Same. Geometric mean next. आपल्याला माहिती आहे n observations in that if n observations in the data are x1, x2, dot dot dot, xn, then geometric mean is given by gm x1 into x2 into xn raised to 1 upon 10. If x1, x2, x3, xn are with respective frequencies f1, f2, fn, then gm is equal to x1 raised to f1, x2 raised to f2, where थांबा L ला capital N करू. N1 plus F1 plus. This is quite logical, no issue. Harmonic mean. Take reciprocal, take average, take reciprocal. HM. Okay. Example. If the mean of numbers हा लहान मुलांचा एक प्रश्न सॉल्व करा तुम्ही. अजून द वेटेड मीन ऑफ this third one is good question. I can take it in our 7th standard entrance test. A student obtain then its average cannot be less than. सांगा उत्तर चला मुलांनो. उत्तर माझी. First answer for first is 75. Answer for second is 3n inside bracket n plus 1 divided by 2 inside bracket 2n plus 1. And third is 60%. Good. Median.
तर सेकंड करून दाखवाल का त्याचं 3/2 येतंय मला. 3/2 नाही 3/2 सॉरी कळलं काय झालं.
Median. The median is the middle value. And the median is the middle value in distribution, the central value. In distribution, when the values are arranged in ascending or descending order. Median divides the distribution in two equal halves. So if you have ungrouped data, raw data or ungrouped data, for raw data or ungrouped data, you arrange first in ascending or descending order and find out the middle value. Okay, that middle value is called median. Okay, so you will have 50% of the observations to the left of median, 50% will be given to the right of median. And if n is odd, then value of, if n is odd, then median is equal to value of n plus 1 upon 2th observation. ठीक है. And if n is even, Your average of median is equal to value of n by 2th observation plus n plus 1 by 2th observation divided by 2. It is practically the average of the two middle ones, because if there are even number of observations, then there will be two middle ones. There will not be one middle, but two middle. Take average of that.
Sir,
Where
say
n
n by
is
2
2
plus
by
1
2
Hmm?
n plus 2 by 2 times.
Hi, Bhajan.
It's a n
n by
plus
2
2
plus
by
1.
2.
हाँ.
Okay. And if the data is grouped, okay, distance traveled in 1000 kilometer, 20 to 40, 40 to 60, and number of buses are given, total 100 buses, and this is cumulative. 8. I mean, the one who has traveled 40 to 60 also needs to be included. These 8 also needs to be included here. So this is less than 60 kilometers, 60,000 kilometers. This is less than 80,000 kilometers. So cumulative frequency. Okay. So now I am going to give you a formula by which you can find out median for this. The formula is first of all total observations is equal to capital N. In our case, it is 100. Okay. So median is equal to L plus N by 2 minus CF into H upon F. I mean, once we understand this, it is very simple formula. Now for our observations above, let us do the scaling. So let me write down the notation. L is lower limit of median class. N is total frequency. CF is cumulative. Frequency. Then H is width of the median class.
Sir, CF cumulative frequency of the class preceding median class है ना?
Cumulative frequency.
सर क्युम्युलेटिव्ह फ्रिक्वेन्सी काय असते सांगा आता
थांबा बरोबर बोललास तू. शाबास कौस्तुभ. एक मिनिट थांबा बघा. आधी मला लिखाण पूर्ण करू द्या. क्युमुलेटिव्ह फ्रिक्वेन्सी लेस दॅन टाइप ऑफ क्लास प्रिसिडिंग मीडियन क्लास. बरोबर. क्युमुलेटिव्ह फ्रिक्वेन्सी लेस दॅन टाइप ऑफ क्लास preceding median class. सांगतो बघा. H is width of median class. आणि F is frequency of median class. ओके. चल आता इथे मी प्रत्येकाचं मीनिंग सांगतो. First of all, you need to identify amongst these 5 classes. I mean, there are 5 groups total. The middle one is, of course, this one. So this is median class because it divides it into 2 parts. There are total 5 groups. So 5. The middle one is 3. 5 plus 1 by 2, that is 3. So this is what is median class. Okay. Total number of observations n is equal to 100. L is the lower limit of median class. So L in our case it's 60. L in our case is 60. Cumulative frequency less than type of class preceding median class. Cumulative frequency of the class preceding. So 33. N is the total frequency. N is equal to 100. We have already written. H is the width of median class. 8 minus 60. 20. And F is the frequency of median class, which is what? Median is equal to 60 plus 50 minus 33 upon 40 into 20 is equal to, म्हणजे काय उत्तर येईल ते सांगा मला किती येते. माझ्याकडे
68.5.
80.
68.5.
Well, median of this grouped data is 68.5. What does it mean? It is, I mean, number of buses 68.5 पेक्षा कमी buses. एकच मिनिट. What does it mean is there are 50% of the buses who have traveled less than 68.5 thousand kilometers, and there are 50% of the buses which have traveled more than 68.5 thousand kilometers. So 68.5 is the median, the middle one. Any questions?
Sir, if we look at the cumulative frequency, it doesn't make sense, right? Because from 60 to 80, there are already no, sir. Okay, got it.
Anyway, you were right. I mean, whether it makes sense or not does not matter. Median is calculated like this. But I mean, there is a separate branch of mathematics called statistics, They must be putting in a lot of energy in that, and it is very, very useful branch. Because now in this COVID, the statisticians were very, very, they had a lot of things to do to predict, etc. Anyway, okay.
Sir, how would this change if we are having even number of classes?
Even number of classes, then you take the two middle ones and then take average of them. Two middle ones and then take the average of them. That is what we have said. Value of n by 2th observation plus value of n by 2 plus 1th observation divided by 2.
Then what would be F?
What will be?
F.
Frequency of median class.
Because some of it would be added, included, and some of it would be
सर
excluded.
मीडियन क्लास आपण सगळ्यात जास्त फ्रिक्वेन्सी असेल त्या क्लासला घेतो. इट नीड नॉट बी द मिडल क्लास.
Yes.
It depends upon the number of the frequency.
I don't think so. Median has something to do with the middle. And एक मिनिट आपण मोडची मी डेफिनेशन सांगतो तिथं आय थिंक द हायेस्ट फ्रिक्वेन्सीला महत्व आहे मोडला. So let me read. I will write it, but let me read. Mode. For discrete frequency distribution, mode is the value of the observation which occurs most frequently. That is, an observation with maximum frequency is called mode. And median is the one which is in the middle, which makes two equal parts of your observations.
सर
Yes.
त्यांना सांगाल का कसं
फ्रिक्वेन्सी 50 पेक्षा जास्त आहे ते आणि ज्याची क्युम्युलेटिव्ह फ्रिक्वेन्सी 50 पेक्षा जास्त आहे आणि त्याचे पहिलेवाली 50 पेक्षा कमी आहे ते.
Third measure of central tendency is mode. For discrete frequency distribution, mode is the value of the observation which occurs most frequently. ईशान माइक बंद कर. That is an observation with maximum frequency. An observation with maximum frequency is called mode. It is possible that more than one values may have same maximum frequency. In that case, the data is said to be multimodal. If more than one. If more than one values have the same maximum frequency, data is said to be multimodal. But for us, it is not multimodal in our syllabus, only single mode. So the formula for mode now is now if the data is wrong or ungrouped, ungroup can be organized to say ungroup data okay for raw data value which occurs maximum number of times for ungrouped data value of variate whose frequency is maximum and for group let us take example. Number of trees, number of students. Zero to 10, 30 students have planted.
Sir, isn't raw data and ungrouped one and the same?
See, in ungrouped data, you have the value of variates and they are clubbed together with the frequency. Suppose, see, raw data means suppose now there are 10 students. Student number 1 has got 5 marks. Student number 2 has got 7 marks. Student number 3 has got 8 marks. Student number 4 has got 5 marks. Student number 5 has got 1 mark. Student number 6 has got 8 marks. Student number 7 has got 3 marks. 8 has got 5 marks. 9 has got 3 marks. 10 has got 10 marks. Just given, this is raw data. Ungrouped means we can say that there are 2 students having or 3 students having 5 marks.
Okay.
There are 2 students having 3 marks, 1 student having 1 mark, something like that. That is ungrouped. And group data means how many students have marks less than 3, how many students have marks less than 6, how many of them have less than 9, and how many of them have 10. So you organize the data. That is the difference between grouped and ungrouped. Okay, so now grouped is little involved because there are jumps. So between 0 to 10 number of trees planted, there are 30 students. Between 10 to 20, there are 70 students. Now always there is a confusion. If suppose somebody has planted 10, then will he be in this group or this group? So the designer must do that strictly less than etc. We will figure out how to go about it. 20 to 30, 30, 40, 40 to 50. So there are 70 students. There are 100 students here. There are 70 again here. I don't know why those numbers are same. Find the modal number of trees planted. Okay, so now let us do this. 0, nobody, I mean 0. So 0 is less than, n is less than equal to 10. Here it is 10 is less than, n is less than equal to 20. If suppose we assume, then if suppose a student has planted 10 trees, then he will fall in this category. 20 trees will come here. Okay, and therefore that is what is the distribution which is given to you, and you are supposed to find out the modal number. You are supposed to get me a number, which number of trees planted. Okay, find the modal number of trees planted. So in this case the formula mod L is equal to, sorry, mod is L plus Fm minus F1 upon Fm minus F2 plus Fm minus F1 into H, where L is the lower limit of modal class. Fm is maximum frequency. F1 is frequency of modal class. F2 frequency of postmodal class. And H is width of modal class. Okay, so in our case the modal class is 20 to 30, where there is a maximum. Okay, so L is the lower limit of modal class, 20. Fm, this is Fm, this is F1, this is F2, so plus 100 minus 70 upon 100 minus 70 plus 100 minus 70 into 10 is equal to 20 plus 30 upon 60 into 10. 25 is your modal number of trees planted. This is not a very good example, but anyway, it is there. Shall I give you one more example? original class.
So the physical interpretation would be 25 trees is the most number planted by any student.
Yes.
No, sir. Shouldn't it be most students planted 25 trees? Yeah,
Huh?
most students planted 20. Most students planted 20.
Yes. Number of students who planted 25 trees are the maximum.
Sir, but it's just calculation based. It may be possible that no student, none of them have planted 25.
Yes, it is possible. Okay. Now here you will find that there is a gap between these two. And in that case, you are supposed to take care of that gap by saying that this is the true class boundaries. True class boundaries. $79.5 to 84.5. Okay, 84.5 to 89.5 and so on. Okay, so now this is FM, F1, this is your L. So you can find out model number of this. सांगा किती येतोय तुमचा मोड.
सर दाखवतोय म्हणजे मी
आहे काय दाखवू.
आन्सर दाखवत होतो.
दाखवतोस का. बरं बरोबर आहे. शाबास.
Sir,
हा
if it was suppose 80 to 84 and 86 to 90, then we would have made both as 85, right?
येस.
Okay, sir.
करेक्ट इशिता. जानवी करेक्ट. इशिता करेक्ट. हेमांग करेक्ट. हेमांग करेक्ट. Vedant correct, Ujjwal correct, Hemang Kokate correct, Atharva correct, Atharva correct, Atharva Dore correct, Rajas correct, Abhishek M correct, W correct, Aditi correct, Akshay Lahoti correct, Tejal Kulkarni correct, Astha correct, Raunak correct, Shreya correct, Raviraj correct. Okay, it was a simple calculation, but this formula required to be remembered because even though it is easy, unless you remember the formula, you will not be able to calculate. That is where we are going to stop for the day. Remaining part of statistics we will do in the next lecture, that is tomorrow. Range, variance and standard deviation. ठीक आहे, अजून कोणाला काही विचारायचं असेल तर विचारा.
सर
हा
सर ते ग्रँड टेस्टचे तुम्ही दिलेत त्याच्यात म्हणजे प्रत्येक याच्यात किती क्वेश्चन्स आहेत साधारणतः, कारण की मला म्हणजे 2-3 म्हणजे किंवा 4-5 क्वेश्चन सापडतात मल्टिपल चॉईस मध्ये.
नाही पण ते टोटल आहेत ना, म्हणजे ते डिस्ट्रीब्यूट केलेत ना, सिंगल चॉईस करेक्ट, मल्टिपल चॉईस करेक्ट, पॅराग्राफ.
No, most of them are blank. They just mentioned the question number.
That's why.
See, what we have done is we have taken the grand test paper and then cut it in separate groups. We have identified the topic and we have identified the type of question, and Sagar and Company has distributed those grand test papers in 6 different blocks. Understood? So you may end up having less questions. Less questions in those grand tests. I think we have किती X grand test किती 10 grand test P1 P2 we have separated. So if we assume 40 questions, so total there are 400 questions. Total there will be around 400 questions. There could be little less in some topic in multiple choice. Then in that case it may have single choice more in number, or anyway weightage of that topic will be less. But they are each one of them is a very good question. ओके, त्यामुळे त्याच्यात आम्ही काय अजून इतर ठिकाणावर घालून वाढवलेले नाहीये ते नंबर जे आहेत ग्रँड टेस्ट मध्ये, ते सॉर्ट केलेले आहेत फक्त. ओके ओके गुड. सो that is where we stop for the day. We will start the next discussion tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Okay, shall I end the meeting? Thank you.